What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. First off, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button, man. We got a lot of cool stuff going on, including this whole thing. We got ours. Well, first off, 2.4 is getting a whole new revamp coming up pretty damn soon, so that's going to be pretty damn sweet. But welcome, guys. Today we're going to be doing a full budget build breakdown, I guess, whatever you want to call it, of my 2JZ Z32. Now, I do want to apologize for the current setting. It's freezing outside, otherwise we would be in like a really nice, cool little location, get some nice little shots, but it's the middle of winter. It's actually, when this video goes up, it is New Year's Eve, so hopefully you guys have a very happy and safe New Year, but, and I wish you guys all the best in 2019. But, moving on to what we're talking about today. We have our full list right here. Hopefully you guys can kind of see it. You probably can't, but I'll make sure to get either, I'll put a picture in the top corner or whatever, just so you kind of can see this whole nice little list I went here and made up for you guys to get a good idea as to how much we have into our build. Now, obviously, we have some super awesome sponsors that were involved in this build that kind of helped out the prices for me, and that made a huge difference in just me being able to do this in the time frame that we did it. There's a whole full playlist if you guys want to go ahead and check it out, like 44 videos that we just jammed out. So go ahead and check out that playlist after you watch this video. So first off, thank you to Twisted Motion, GKtech, Competition Clutch, AutoSports Engineering, Freed Engineering, ShaftMasters. Man, we had a lot of awesome sponsors on board. So we're just gonna hop right into it, guys. First things first, you need a 2JZ when you're doing a 2JZ swap, right? So the retail on a 2JZ is $2,400 and $99. Not as expensive as you guys think. It comes with an automatic, which you throw the automatic out, you do keep the bell housing. Keep the bell housing. How did I forget? One of our big sponsors as well was JDM of California. I'm gonna make a pretty cool video about like buying an engine, the whole process, where you guys should go, who you should talk to, what you should look for. If you guys want to see something like that, let me know. I'll probably do it anyway, because I'm sure it'll help a lot of people out. $24.99. Not very expensive, especially considering what you get out of it. So a lot of potential. Moving on to our transmission, guys. We are running a CDO9 from a 2007 Infiniti G35. This is the updated version with the newer synchros, so it's just way better than the previous versions. If you guys are buying one yourself, please try to look for one 2007, 2008. You guys will be much happier with your purchase. I actually found mine off a website. I think it's car/parts.com. I'll put it on the screen right now. They actually go ahead and do like a search of inventory in local scrap yards. You can toss in your location within a certain radius. Boom, there's all the stuff you guys are looking for. So I actually got mine from there, and it ran me Alright, sorry about that, battery dead. Like I was saying, got the transmission for $600. What a banging deal. Can't argue about that. Now moving on to the adapter kit. Now that runs a little bit of money. That's what gets the 2JZ bolted up to be able to work with the CDO9. Now in my case, I got the cut version where you have to cut your bell housing off of the CDO9 and go ahead and use your bell housing off the automatic transmission that came with the 2JZ to make the CDO9 work with the 2JZ. A lot of acronyms, man. A lot of. So that runs retail for just over $1,000. $1,034. That comes with the adapter plate, flywheel, and I think that's it. The only thing I would say that, you know, because it's an aftermarket, it's a whole aftermarket setup. The only thing you can kind of notice and difference with the kit on there is a little bit of flywheel noise, especially when the clutch is out. You kind of hear a little bit of wildness going on just because the machining isn't OEM, so it's not like 100% perfect. I think that's the reason why. I could be wrong, but there is a little bit of noise. Now moving on to the motor mounts, those are the Freed Engineering ones. They work great. They get the 2JZ bolted up to the Z32 flawlessly. The clearance is insane. You do have to modify your cross member. Quite a bit. That's one thing I left off on here. I believe you can pay. Actually, I don't know, but if you guys want, I could probably do it for you. I did mine. Just hit me up. They charge normally about $350 to get it done, so you know, $300, and I could probably do it for you if you guys are interested. But you do need to modify it to go ahead and get it to fit. Now the transmission mount is totally custom. They do not make a transmission mount for Z32 that bolts a CDO9 to it. They have one for R154 and that kind of stuff, but because the adapter plate and all the differences in positioning and stuff like that, it's kind of tricky to get one made off the shelf for a Z32 with a 2J with a CDO9. So I actually have about $300 into my custom mount, it works great. The intercooler is actually just an eBay 4-inch CX Racing core. It ran me $120. Really can't complain. It does the job. It looks good. It performs good. It does its job just fine, you know? And then we're moving on to the intercooler piping. You can actually buy a whole kit. The whole kit itself runs about $100 on eBay. That comes with the clamps, couplers as well. So you technically can go ahead and get your whole intercooler piping made just by using clamps and couplers. However, on my case, we wanted a little cleaner look, so we went ahead and got our stuff all welded together. I have about, hang on, I lost track. Yeah, so I have about $200 extra worth of fab into just, because I can't TIG yet. I plan to be able to pretty soon. I want to get a TIG welder myself so I can start learning. But that, you know, $200 into getting all that done, not too bad. The only reason why it was so cheap is because I actually cut and got everything already mapped out and then sent it to my buddy, and all he had to do was just weld it. There was no mapping or kind of cutting for him, so I made his job pretty easy. Moving on to our turbo, guys, we have the Twisted Motion GTX 3582R. Good turbo, man. Dual ball bearing. It's pretty sweet. Now those from Twisted Motion run $850, so that takes care of our turbo. I got a bunch of stuff like injectors, manifolds, downpipe, wastegate dump, all as a part of a kit, so I kind of lucked out as a deal, so that's why I kind of have those parts on this car. But if you guys want to go ahead and get the same setup, that's basically what I'm just giving the prices for. That manifold off Twisted Motion runs $225, so really not that bad at all. The injectors are actually they're OEM Toyota, just re-drilled to 840cc injectors. You can get those on eBay for 6 of them for $240. They perform great. They're doing great for us. They're doing just fine. Now, if you guys are going E85, those probably won't work for you, but stock rail, they work great. Now, ECU, big one. That actually, we're running a Haltech 750 Elite. Those run $1,200, brand new. You really can't go wrong. These ECUs are awesome. The things you can do with them, it's just epic. Also from Haltech, we got their wideband, their boost controller, and their air intake temperature sensor. The wideband ran $309. The boost controller was $112, and the air intake temperature sensor was $37. So you kind of need those things. They do add up quickly, but they're very essential to the tune and how things perform in the long run. Now, as far as making the whole exhaust, guys, like I said, downpipe. Well, actually, let's just start with the downpipe. A downpipe is just a generic. I think it's a Drift Motion, just 2JZ downpipe. It works well. It bends in the right locations, so it worked out well for us. Those run $145, brand new off Drift Motion. Not a bad deal at all. And then from there, we went ahead. I made my own custom turbo or downpipe, I guess you'd call it. From the downpipe back to the end, I made my own exhaust, just straight piped. I personally put about $40 in material. I had some scrap stainless laying around, but for you guys, I would say about $50 to $80 worth of material. You guys are probably good to go if you can weld yourself. If you guys can't weld yourself, well, you're probably gonna have to, because they do not make a 2JZ, at least not that I'm aware of, 2JZ Z32 exhaust. I don't think they do, I could be wrong. But if you're trying to get one made from somewhere else, you're probably looking at like $600 to $700. Radiator, we're actually just running a generic eBay dual core aluminum radiator. That ran me $100, like I said, on eBay. You really can't complain. This thing stays super ice cold. Haven't had any issues yet, and I'm running just one single 12-inch fan, so no complaints so far. Radiator hose, just real quick, you can get an upper and lower Z32 radiator hose and make them all work for $38 or $37 on eBay. Great deal. Radiator fan, I kind of have that blank because that's up to you. Currently, I have a single 12-inch on it right now, Meridyne fan. I believe they run for about $140 to $160 just for that one fan. It is a gnarly fan. It's a 225 watt fan. It's a I think I could be wrong, but it's got a gnarly motor on it. It does the job insanely well. So that's our fan. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade to two 11s. I have heard of people fitting one single 16, but you might have to modify your hood, struts, brace, support bar. I could be wrong. So just factor in like $100 to $200 for fans. You want to get good fans. Do not skimp out on fans. Radiator, you don't have to buy a freaking Koyo. Just get good fans. Moving on to the drive shaft, that, like I said, is from ShaftMasters. It was a custom length one. I believe the length is about 40 inches. I could be wrong. It's about 40 inches. Those run custom from ShaftMasters for a stainless. For a steel one, $350. Great deal. Great deal. And it comes in your door within like 2 to 3 days. You can't beat it. Now the shifter is from GKtech. That is their shortened CDO9 shifter, essentially with the stock shifter location from CDO9. the position of the shifter to be way far back, kind of almost where the center console is. With the GKtech one, it kind of brings it back up to the stock location a little bit. I still have to modify. We have to chop the shifter and modify it a bit to get it further up into the actual factory position, but it does help you out drastically. Like I said, about 6 inches, so it's definitely needed. It comes with the shifter, all feels great, reverse lockouts, all there. It's a good kit. I definitely recommend it. The shifter ran me $250. That is the retail price on it. If you guys want to go ahead and grab, all this stuff is retail, by the way, all of it. Now moving on to the clutch, we are running a Stage 4 Competition 6-puck. Absolutely love it. I have the same clutch on my 240. Super grabby, still streetable, great clutch. Love it. Definitely recommend it. Those retail for about $550. This one specifically is for, you get a 350 or 370s, a 350 HR or a 370Z clutch, and that will work for this setup. The fuel pump we're running is a Walbro 525. Huge pump. It's super cool that it's like an in-tank pump that can support 700 to 800 horsepower. It is E85 compatible. Can't beat it. Those run $150. Now the wastegate and dump tube, those are the wastegate is a knockoff HKS1 off-route motion. Those run for $95, and the dump tube you can get yours for about $50. So you're not really looking too much for a whole wastegate setup. Now since we went, we're going drive-by cable, no more drive-by wire, so we need a little delete plate. Drift Motion makes one. They sell for $20. Very cheap, very effective, very easy to install. Definitely recommend it. Now I got a gasket kit for this thing just to kind of help seal it up. Those run about $150 unless you go ahead and get an OEM one, which is like $500, but I didn't. I just actually bought a couple gaskets on their own because I wanted to get, OEM, I guess, quality out of them, but really, there's really not too many gaskets that you need to replace. I did the cam seals, all that stuff is new, but generally a $150 gasket kit will do you just fine. Going back to the transmission real quick, the internal slave setup on that guy runs about $150. That allows you to get, it's like a 2000 Camaro, I believe, style internal slave. Turbo lines, the turbo feed line ran about $18. That's like an eBay special or Amazon special. Does the job just fine. The turbo drain is about $50. Just, a collaboration of fittings and lines and stuff like that, so it does add up a little bit quickly. Same thing with the coolant lines for the turbo, about $50. A few fittings there, some line. So we made it work, but you guys kind of remember, like, all the little stuff adds up pretty damn quickly as well, so just keep that in mind. We're almost done. We're over here. Timing belt. I did a timing belt that was just $32. Not bad at all. Now the power steering line, to get the power steering pump to hook up to this rack, actually the line itself was $60. However, you do need to modify it because the fitting itself is meant for a Zupra, so you need to chop the actual length down a little bit because otherwise it bottoms out too soon and it just spews fluid all over. We learned that the hard way. Pod filter for the intake, K&N pod filter is about $60. The intake tube, Twisted Motion, sells like a nice huge 45-degree 4-inch bend for about $40. Actually, excuse me, $25. Can't beat it. So cut it to length, works out fabulous. Fabulous? Fad. Why did I say it like that? I just have a miscellaneous for $200. Vacuum line, fittings, hose clamps, random stuff that you guys don't really kind of need to take in. Random stuff that just kind of adds up quickly, hardware, whatever. So, yeah, you guys are wondering, how much have you spent on this, bud? Not as much as you think. Let me show you. Let me fill in the blanks. Hang on a second. Here it is. I'm going to fill in a couple numbers here. So, total spend, $10,749. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's a banging deal. Now this is retail, by the way. Obviously, we had some help from our sponsors, so that helps me out, by a huge amount. So thank you to all our sponsors out there. You guys absolutely killed it. But that is not bad. Under 11 grand, not bad. Considering I saw one of these sell for about $24,000, I think we're in good shape. That one, by the way, did not have a tucked, clean, painted, shaved bay. It was all factory, kind of gross 2JZ looking, like nothing was cleaned up. $24,000. That makes me think I could sell this for a little bit more than that. Am I going to sell it? I mean, never say never. But as of right now, no plans unless someone tosses me a lot of money for it. But I love this car. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, hopefully that gave you guys a kind of a good idea as to what's involved, what it takes, how much money I have into this thing. That doesn't include the tune. That kind of depends on tuner. But as far as getting it here, to this point, with a 2J, all plumbed up, good to go, driveline, everything is good to go. You're looking at just under $11,000. Single turbo setup, by the way. Single turbo with a standalone. I don't know, that seems pretty damn great to me. If you guys have any more questions about the build, go ahead and drop it in the comments below. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can, but I think that's going to be it. I really wanted to get this build breakdown video complete. I actually hit up Hoonigan about it. Maybe we'll do another one, you know, maybe but Hoonigan style. We'll see. Hope you guys have a great new year. I will see you guys tomorrow for, well, hopefully, depends what I get into today, well, on New Year's Eve. If I don't have a video for you guys on the 1st, I'm sorry. We'll be back on the 2nd. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. If you guys haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Oh, I need to, like, I've been talking for so long. I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy. Peace.